Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I wanted to talk about some new cards that were recently revealed. I'm looking here at Poke Beach, and there's a few things. One, Paldean Fates. I'll talk about that a little bit. We are getting a Frigiback, which is arguably going to be the best Frigibacks, but oh, and Paldean Fates is coming what day is it? It's coming in a few weeks. So I'll do some more content on that. It's not the greatest set, but the two best cards arguably are Moonlit Hill, which is really good for Gardevoir EX. It's pretty much just good for Gardevoir EX, but super good for that. And then Technical Machine Crisis Punch, which does 180 on if your opponent has one prize remaining for 3. It's a TM as well, so a pretty cool card there. But I don't think there's too much to say about that right now in this video. Right now, though, I want to talk about the new card reveals. Some of these are insane. I'm going to start with the Dunsparce in Sableye. These are from Wild Force and Cyber Judge, which will almost certainly be coming in our Temporal Forces set here, which says it's in March. I don't know exactly when in March. I think it's out there, but I don't remember. Um, but it did, we're a few months away from that, but I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be super good. It's having the future and ancient Pokemon, which is going to be super sick. Aside from that, I don't know exactly what else we're going to see. But first of all, we have Dunsparce. It's not that good. Has Dig, 30 for 2, and immunity on a coin flip. Potentially usable, but not that good. I believe let's see, is this Dunsparce? I believe the Dunsparce, there's a rotating Dunsparce. Yeah, Fusion Strikes, this one's rotating, which is pretty good. It stops weakness to colorless Pokemon. There is, oh yeah, no, this one is not rotating. That one's already rotated. There is one that with Call for Family though. This Dunsparce is like better than this other one, I guess, but it doesn't matter that much. Neither are that good unless you are playing colorless deck. In which case, it's a little unfortunate they're losing this one, but even then, it's not a huge deal. Um, so yeah, this Dunsparce has nothing crazy, but then the Dunsparce is super interesting dashing draw. So first of all, you do 90 for 3, 140 HP as well, which is not bad. It's actually pretty. It's not that good. It's okay, but having higher HP actually could potentially come in clutch for you. But the Dunsparce here, dashing draw one string a turn, you may draw 3 cards, which is obviously very good. But if you do shuffle this Pokemon all attached cards into your deck, you draw first and then shuffle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what it looks like, which is cool. That being said, it's kind of weird, right? It's not a it's draw. It doesn't exactly take up bench space, but it kind of does. It allows for, I guess, big late game pushes. It allows for like waiting and pushing. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why I think about this card. It's kind of weird because it's not a ton of draw, but it is, well, it's a decent chunk of draw when you use it, but it's not super reliable, so it's not like consistent draw. I don't know how good this card is. I think it has some potential to be pretty good though. Obviously, drawing 3 is good. We look at like Curly, which is draw 2, and you need to discard, which isn't great. So the Dunsparce is pretty good here. I don't know exactly how good it will end up being though. And we have the Sableye. Sableye is kind of weird for 2 colorless, and this is not, it doesn't do regular damage. So you can use double turbo with no downside. Move any number of damage counters from your opponent's bench Pokemon to their active Pokemon. So this is obviously good because it like moving damage is nice, giving you more versatility, but also it's not super powerful. It's kind of weird and niche, but if your opponent, well, oftentimes someone will try to switch like their benched or they're active to the bench when it's like damaged and can potentially waste a bunch of your turns. So the Sailor will kind of counteract that, but it's also not actually doing any damage. So I don't know if this card is good enough. There are definitely situations when it could be good, especially the Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is like a really good Pokemon, and you choose the amount of damage you can move. You don't have to like move all of it. I don't love the Sableye, but I don't hate it either. Moving on to these next cards, we have some really interesting ones here. First of all, we got ourselves Rabasca, or Velor. It isn't very good, but Rabasca here, really interesting. So Spherical Shield, and it is obviously a stage 1, 70 HP as well, which is quite low. Your attack Psychic for 1 grass does, which also, like, I don't like the name Psychic because it's also a type. It gets confusing, in my opinion. But Psychic for 1 grass does 10 damage and 30 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active. This isn't that strong. I mean, it's not bad, but it comes up a little short. You'd be looking to hit a little more because you kind of want to run one shot Roaring Moon, which is You don't, and then you also kind of, I mean, you do if they've damaged themselves a lot, but even Velour does that. And then you also want to like one-shot charge at him, which you're not really close to that at all. So, yeah, that attack's not that good, but it is usable if you have to. But most decks aren't going to attack this in, and then also play grass. But Spherical Shield prevent all damage from attacks and no, sorry, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to your bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Um, so it stops damage counters, and other things. It's really good. It's a stage one as well, though. So in some sense, it's very much worse than Manaphy. I don't know how good this card is, or if it's gonna see play. We also do have cards like Toadscruel. Do we have anything that's like better than that? Like we have Espeon VMAX, which is gonna rotate, but it doesn't really matter because we do have Toadscruel EX, which is more or less the same thing. I feel like Toadscruel EX hasn't seen much play at all. The single part Toadscruel has seen some, but not as much, like not a lot. So I don't think this is going to see much play. I think it potentially could be interesting, but then we also have this next card, which is kind of similar. I actually don't remember exactly what this is. Oh, okay. Mist Energy. It's a colorless special energy. Prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon, done to the Pokemon this card is attached to, which is super good. Or it's potentially super good because it stops damage counters and insta KOs, which are both pretty big deals. I mean, yeah, they're both moderately big. I mean, there's like Giratina V-Star, and then there's like Sableye, which are both good, and then there's some other things. So honestly, I think Mist Energy is like super good, and I'm super looking forward to playing this. I mean, it's like it's pretty strong. It's obviously very techable into a wide variety of decks. So I do think we'll see Mist Energy see play. It depends obviously what this counters. Right now, it's mostly a counter to Lost Zone. I'm sure there are other things, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. Um, like there are weird scenarios, but they're just not as common. But like here, I'm gonna take a quick look at the top decks. Yeah, mostly like Lost Zone. Most of these are just straight up a very simple damage. Wrong Moon. Oh yeah, Wrong Moon has instant knockout. So yeah, this stops Wrong Moon as well, which is nice. It's quite nice. But obviously that is more impactful in tanky decks than weaker decks. Stopping like Sableye spread is nice. And then lastly, we got Buddy Poffin, like what? But that's a weird name. But search your deck for up to two base. It's an item card. Search deck for up to two base Pokemon with 70 or less HP, put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. I mean, this is just this is like it's like Battle VIP Pass, again, which is insane. Like it's not the same as Battle VIP Pass. Obviously, it doesn't grab Rulebox Pokemon. Well, like it could, but it doesn't. It doesn't grab uh like big like better basics, but they can grab like Comfy, and they can get set up for index like Gardevoir and Charizard and um I don't know, like Shimpap Excalibur, I guess. But in like deck like Charizard and then obviously Lost Zone, it's super good. Obviously Lost Zone it only gets your comfies, but it's still like quite nice. I think you'll see some play, especially because you're losing Level Ball, obviously Battle VIP Pass and a Fog Crystal. It's like a really nice substitution. It's not the same, but this card's so good. I think Buddy Poffin's gonna see a ton of play. I also like the design much more than Battle VIP Pass. I've definitely been a big hater on that card because I don't think it's interesting only being able to play a card in the first turn of the game. I think Squawkabilly is okay, but I certainly I would like a card that you can use like every turn. I think it's more interesting. And Buddy Poffin delivers. It's super good, or it's quite good potentially. Obviously comparing it to cards like Glory on things that are like supporters, it's better because it's not a supporter. I think this will see a bunch of play. I think specifically Charizard, it's really good. And it's good in Lost Zone, it's good in Gardevoir, it's good in Chimp-How. And there are only almost certainly some decks that are going to be good that I'm not mentioning there. Goldengo as well. Goldengo is pretty decent. But yeah, overall, I think this is really nice. Buddy Poffin's going to change the game, or like I guess more likely not change the game because it's kind of replacing Battle VIP Pass. But I think this is cooler. I think it's much more interesting than Battle VIP Pass. And I'm really excited to get this card. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing. Tell me what you think about these different cards. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.